Hey everyone, it's Sonic Wolf and welcome back to more Sonic Colors. In this episode, we are going to be completing everything on Starlight Carnival. But anyway, with Starlight Carnival, this one, it is not really difficult. It's actually more fun than Sweet Mountain, but there are a couple of red rings that are a little bit cryptic. And as you can see on screen, this is where the ranking scoring is, and I actually finally managed to find the score system on online. It's actually on the Sonic fandom on just the areas in Sonic Colors. So yeah, of course the other game guides weren't helpful, so that's where I can find it. Okay, so we're gonna start with Act 1. Now, I want to recommend you guys to do some side steps, because you want to do that at the very beginning, because that's how you can get S ranks pretty easily. Okay, so the first red ring is actually below where you were first introduced to the Cube Wisp. That's where the first one is. Okay, so the second red ring is you're going to need spikes, and you want to go up on top of this platform or stand, and you want to go over here and you want to use spikes to crawl or Spider-Man all the way down, like across the walls, and you want to go over here. And as you can see, I was really lucky, but if you couldn't get there when your spikes was deactivated, don't worry, you can actually wall jump, and I was surprised to even get it. Okay, so the third one is actually on the section where the motorbogs are. It's actually on the far right. So red ring number 4 is right over here where you need cube. And this is going to be a little bit complicated because you want to reach up to this very point. You want to deactivate cube before getting it again. And you want to stand right over there so that you can have a little bit of a head start. And that way you can get the red ring very, very easy. And as you can see, I normally go on the medium platform, but I just prefer the left because, well, because I need the rings to get an S rank. And don't worry, I was surprisingly got an S rank in one take. The final red ring is you're gonna need cube, and you want to go over here, you want to activate him and go on the spring. You want to do that again, and that's how you can get the 5th red ring. And as you can see here, I got a really good S rank. It's actually not too hard, but one of the red rings is, well, yeah, one of them is really tricky to get. Okay, so Act 2. This one, I actually originally thought it was going to be the worst one, because there was one red ring I'm going to have the most trouble with, but surprisingly I did it in only 2 tries, so I'm going to show you where they are. So the first one is you're going to need spikes. I was about to get cube, but I just got it by accident. And you want to use spikes all the way over here, and that's how you get red ring number 1. The second one you want to get is up here with spikes. It's on the very top of the platform, and it's on the left. Now, as you can see, I am getting them in incorrect order, so I'm actually going to show you the order that I collected first. For the next 2 red rings, you're going to need spikes to get the switch, because spikes is immune to spikes, which is pretty funny. Now this segment is really, really difficult. So the next one is right over here. It's a little bit tricky because there are bombs everywhere, so you want to be careful. Now the next one, it is very, very difficult to get because it's at the very bottom of the segment. So what you want to do is you want to have at least enough energy. You want to jump on this bomb, and as soon as it's activated, you want to quickly use the boost and then jump off very quickly before it explodes. If you respond quick enough, you can actually land on the wall. Now, when I got this originally, I had to do like maybe 15 tries, but for this one, I was surprisingly did it in one go. And as you can see right here, I was trying to press the switch, but my jumping skills are really bad because spikes does not use a gravitational pull. It's just attached to the wall, and that's about it. Now for this part, you want to activate cube at this point. If you don't, then you'll basically open fire to an enemy, so you want to be careful. And as you can see here, I actually already got an S rank on the scoring. That is really surprising. So after redoing the level, the last red ring is up here. Now you might be wondering, how can I get up there when I don't have cubes or spikes? Well, the easy way to do it is you want to pay attention. You want to double jump next to a wall, grab on the wall, you jump off of it, and then do a dash. That's how you can easily get the next red ring. Okay, so Act 3, I actually like this one, but it is a little bit challenging because there are moving bounce platforms. Okay, so starting with number 1, you want to go on this pulley, which is at the very back. And it's basically up over there. It's a little bit difficult to see, but you can see it. Now the second one is you want to respond very quickly. You want to duck under here, you want to go down, and you want to quickly go to the other side so that the bounce platform can actually catch up to you. And that's how you can get it. Now the third one is pretty easy. You just go in the loop-de-loop. Now the fourth one is pretty easy. You want to stomp on here, and that's how you can get it. Now the fifth one is understandably difficult, so you want to position yourself and don't press anything. Once you get the red ring, you want to quickly move away from it because you're going to get shocked and you will die, so just be careful. And as you can see, we went from a C rank to an S rank. Now if it was a D at the beginning, then I would have made this pun of it being a DS. Yeah, I would have made that pun, but yeah, you can build my bad puns, so congrats me. Okay, so Act 4. This is the one that I've unexpectedly hate the most. Now, this is actually known as the Let's Play Curse. Now, this one, I have to do 10 takes just to get, well, 1 or maybe 2 red rings here. I can't remember. So yes, the Let's Play Curse. The first red ring is very simple. It's at the very beginning. It's right over here. The second red ring is right over here, as you can see here. Don't do what I did there. That is extremely dangerous. Now, the third one is pretty easy, but you want to get it after he finishes shooting. Now, the last 2 are very, very painful to get because they're both up on this platform and they're really annoying to get. And as you can see, on a lot of failed attempts, this is actually the only way to do it, and I hope you can get it because it requires perfect jumping, but it is a bit difficult, so pay attention. First, you want to get Frenzy. You want to activate it right over here, chomp about 3 items, and you want to jump over this platform, and once you're at this freezing part, once he actually grows, you want to jump immediately right before it begins playing the motion part. And now this platform jumping is very difficult to do. What you want to do is, you want to jump at the point where the Frenzy's jaw is right aligned with the platform's edge. But instead of pressing once on the button, you want to mash the button roughly 3 times so that you can actually jump. This took me a lot of attempts, but if you can do it, I'll highly congratulate you. Now let's look at the failed attempts. Ugh! What? Ugh! Oh, come on! Jump over the... I think my controller is broken. With so many failed attempts, there's your S rank. If you do this correctly, that's how you can do it. Now, this act isn't really too bad because you can actually get there within 30 seconds. And as you can see here, I was doing a lot of dangerous skills. But it doesn't take that long. It takes about 30 seconds to get to this really difficult part. Okay, so Act 5. This one I had to do 3 retries on this because I actually got killed by stupidity and I actually lost a few rings. So let's get to the red rings. So 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, so the first one is on this diving part. So you want to nosedive right about here. Check it out, we have the slowest boosting ever. This reminds me of Sonic Unleashed with slow boosting. Okay, the second ring is a little bit tricky because you want to get spikes. And you want to wall climb all the way up here. you want to jump on these floating platforms. I don't know how they float. It doesn't make any sense because there is nothing they're actually holding. You want to jump on here, you want to jump on here, and the red ring is right over there. Okay, so the third red ring is once you're in the middle of getting hover, it's right over there. It's pretty easy, but that Spinny, the enemy, he is really annoying because you can easily get 0 rings on this, so just be careful. Okay, so the fourth red ring, it is very difficult to do, but there are 2 different ways to do it. Okay, so once you get spikes, you want to go back on the zip line, you want to stand over here, and you want to boost without touching any controls, and then you activate spikes, and that's how you can get it. The second way to do it is, if you have hover still without activating it, you want to hit the switch, use the lightspeed dash, and you want to use hover all the way up there. So there are 2 different ways to do it. The final red ring is at the very end. It's at the very top of the tower. So after you hit the switch, you want to do a lightspeed dash, and it's right behind there, just in a line of rings. And check it out, we got an S rank with 410 rings. Yeah, you can get a lot of rings in Starlight Carnival. I just forgot to mention it. Okay, so Act 6. This one, well, the 2 red rings, the first ones, they are very sneaky to get, but they're also challenging, which is kind of 50-50. Okay, so the first one is right over here on the right. You want to be careful with these guys. You want to activate hover at just the right time, and you want to go to the left until you can reach it. Be careful not to get hit by, well, the spikes, or you can get hit, but you want to be careful not to get killed by the TV screen of death. That's actually the new enemy, the TV screen of death. The second one is on the left, so you want to activate hover, and you want to use lightspeed dash across the rings, and as you can see here, there is our second red ring. It's a little bit tricky, but you can get a lot of rings out of it. Okay, so red ring number 3, once you're about halfway to the goal ring, and once you're in the spot, you want to activate hover and then keep going up. And then you want to go to the left and ground pound once, and then you want to grab the wall and slowly lower yourself down. And once you're on the right side, get it? The right side? Yeah, bad pun. That's where the red ring is. Okay, so the next red ring is, you want to get hover, you want to touch the platform, activate it, and then do a lightspeed dash, and whee! Check it out! And that's where the 4th red ring is. Now the 5th and final one for the Starlight Carnival is on the switch, and you get a lot of rings, and that's where it is, and as you can see, I got hit by it. So after replaying the level roughly 3 times, we have an S rank, and check it out. We have 508 rings in total. That is just insane. Okay, so we have the boss of the Starlight Carnival. This is the Frigate Orkin. I don't know if that's how you really pronounce it, but whatever. So you want to defeat this boss very quickly and also without getting hit. This is the only advice I can give to you when getting an S rank on this boss fight. Now, to be truthfully honest, when I'm actually playing through this level, it actually reminds me of Mario Galaxy, which I want to play that game again. Like, I like to play the second game as my next Let's Play, but I didn't really get much knowledge on it, and it's been like a long time, so I'm a little bit out of practice. So anyway, enough talk about other games. I'm actually going to end things off here. So next time on Let's Play Sonic Colors, we are going to be doing the same thing for Planet Wisp. Now this is going to be a little bit challenging. See you guys there.